Hello, I'm David Hedman, President of the Ventura County Council of the Boy Scouts of America, and I'm delighted to share with you this important presentation on scouting. I am passionate about scouting. Scouting introduced me to many of the natural beauties in nature and the qualities of leadership that are so important. And as we reach now the 100-year anniversary for scouting, it's a time for us to reflect on the contribution that scouting has made to our young people and our communities here in Ventura County. In the next few minutes, you're going to hear from some of Ventura County's top leaders on why they believe scouting makes a great contribution to our community and our young people.
100 years of scouting, millions of adventures, countless friendships, permanent and enduring life's lessons. Boy Scouts of America has brought families and communities together for 100 years to prepare America's youth to live, work, and play with character and integrity. In every era and through numerous trends of the past century, scouting has been steadfast. We never stray from our core principles: leadership, character, service, environmental stewardship, and achievement. We celebrate this legacy and reaffirm scouting's commitment to inspire and prepare future generations. Being a leader is about much more than being a person in charge. Leaders see possibilities and inspire others to see them too. They instill confidence and create enthusiasm.
I mean, what do we look for? What are some of the issues we're dealing with right now in society? People that don't have the character, people that weren't brought up in those things. And what scouting does is gives you that foundation that you know in youth what you've learned, you're going to go on and take into your adulthood, and you're going to be that good citizen. You're going to be somebody that's learned those things, how to volunteer, how to be part of the community, and how to be somebody that can add so much value to this great country.
Our nation will never outgrow the need for thoughtful, responsible leadership, which means the values and lessons of scouting will never go out of style. For a century, scouting has been helping America's youth find in themselves and in the world around them more than they thought possible. Our goal remains that our young men and women will desire to always do the right thing.
There's a Latter-day Saint scripture that says, "The glory of God is intelligence." And to me, that scripture represents scouting. Scouting is an opportunity to be able to learn new things: environmental science, first aid, plumbing. Some of the activities we did is we learned how to sweat pipes. And for, like myself, a kid from a single parent home, that's something I didn't have anyone around to teach me. So all those things are what scouting represents to me, is the ability to develop ourselves and the ability to be able to develop young men into better young men.
But one time that I can remember, I was sitting in my office as a jail commander watching people visit on a Saturday, and I realized these were third-generation children. Their fathers and their grandfathers had been in jail, and the common thread was that they didn't have a positive role model at home. They didn't have a sense of value. Nobody had instilled character traits in them at a critical stage of life, and they were following a pattern. In contrast, the kids that I've known who've been involved in scouting, hopefully they have a positive role model at home, but if they don't, they have that in scouting. They have a positive peer group to be associated with. They know how to achieve, they know how to serve, they know how to give back to their community, and that will help to make them leaders in life.
At home, at work, and at play, scouting's lessons last a lifetime. The people who have the most profound effect on society are the ones who get involved. Scouting has a proud history of promoting service to others. We teach that there is a virtue in giving unselfishly, and that in helping our families and our communities, our world becomes a better place. No task is too big or too small, and no person is insignificant.
Scouting is a positive influence. It is a positive values-based program that teaches children right from wrong, that instructs them that having a basic faith in God, having a willingness to be true, to be honest, to help others, to make a difference in our world, are things that matter and things that make life better.
Scouting builds so much character in young boys, and our community today, more than ever, we need young men who are going to grow up with the traits of a good scout. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And what better characteristic traits could you ask for from young men? These will be the leaders of tomorrow. These will be the young men who volunteer their time in programs like the Boy Scouts that will give back to their community in decades to come.
A scout grows each time he or she reaches out, and this is a reward even more rich than what is given. Working, playing, and living outdoors, learning to appreciate and respect our world and our place in it. These virtues have been and always will be essential to the scouting experience.
Going camping and learning a little bit of self-confidence in what you could do. And, sometimes getting lost and the usual things boys do. All these things help build up a character in myself that allowed me to handle crises. And that's exactly what Apollo 13 was. And so early training in scouting, yes, was a definite assistance to me, not just in the Apollo 13 flight, but all my space flights.
In the hundreds of organized activities that scouts do in the open air and under the stars, we foster fun and fellowship. We give kids the chance to just be kids. And we teach that the environment is a resource to be cherished and protected. Scouts were champions of stewardship long before green became a popular term, and we lead the way in preserving the environment for future generations. Scouting teaches that life isn't about keeping score in terms of money, possessions, or titles. It's about knowing that you did your very best, that you made a difference, accomplished something good and meaningful, that you did the right thing. And from this fundamental philosophy, Scouts have gone on to use their sense of adventure, their work ethic, and their resolve to achieve amazing things. Over the years, Scouts have gone on to become Olympians, civil rights leaders, astronauts, Pulitzer Prize winners, and even presidents. Not every Scout will go into space or earn a Pulitzer, but as Scouts grow up to become husbands, fathers, and mentors, they shape the character of our country by leading productive and meaningful lives and living out the Scout oath every day in every corner of America.
My father died last week. While he lived an exemplary life, he never earned his 15 minutes of fame, never made an earth-altering discovery, or headed up a corporate domain. He lived a life of honor, integrity, and loyalty. He came from a broken home, yet he was the only member of his family to ever earn a college degree. And he was married to my mother for 75 years. I once asked him what made the difference, and he said, the Boy Scouts. After his death, we found his Boy Scout handbook. Dog-eared, coming loose at the bindings. It was a foundation on which he built his life.
As we move into the next century, Scouting will continue to be what it's always been, a way to teach kids to become great leaders, great stewards, great neighbors, and great parents.
Well, Scouting adds value to what we do as educators. It inculcates in our young people basic values like responsibility and caring for others and public service that is a necessary adjunct to all the academic rigor and training that we give these kids.
All these people from all walks of life, from the political world, the business world, every type of world, they want to come and pour their lives into these kids.
It takes a tremendous amount of involvement from parents, from friends, from volunteers to make Scouting available to over 7,000 young men in Ventura County.
Now more than ever, Scouting needs help. Inevitably, when there's an economic downturn, nonprofit organizations, organizations like Scouting, suffer declines in their contribution levels. And we are looking for people that want to identify that special program that they continue to support and care about. And I can tell them with absolute confidence, as somebody who has seen kids that are involved in trouble and seen kids that are involved in Scouting, there is no better investment of your dollar than Boy Scouting.
People can help in many ways. They can volunteer as scout leaders. They can help as merit badge counselors. They can provide support for scout committees. They can encourage their own sons and the other young men in their wards to be active in the scouting program and to see the benefits that it will provide them. They can support scouting financially, and they should support scouting financially. It's a wonderful program that deserves our support.
Scouting is as vital and relevant today as it was when our journey began. And we're going to be here, just as we have for 100 years, to lead the way. Boy Scouts of America, celebrating the adventure, continuing the journey.
I hope you now see why I'm so excited about scouting here in Ventura County. On the bottom of our screen, you'll see a phone number and a website. Please feel free to contact us if you have a young person that you'd like to involve in the scouting program, if you can make a financial contribution to scouting, or if you can volunteer your time to help us bring this important program forward. Thank you for watching.